And in UI7 News, the flu shot you got may not protect you as much as you thought. Find out why some medical officials are concerned.
And fewer university students are giving blood this year. There may be a global reason behind the decline.
Plus, a tradition of singing carols at the U of I goes on. We'll tell you about this year's Dial Carol.
UI7 News starts right now.
From the Richmond Journalism Teaching Studio at the University of Illinois campus, UI7 News, your U of I news source.
Good evening, I'm Hannah Butler.
And I'm Katie Welch. Scientists believe that this year's flu vaccine may not be as effective this winter season.
Researchers at the Center of Disease Control, or CDC, believe that that's because of a mutated flu virus. U of I's McKinley Health Center says only 1 of every 5 students have received the vaccine. The CDC urges that others still seek out the treatment. CDC data also says cases are not currently as high as they were last year across the country, but those who are younger than 2 or older than 65 or have certain chronic illnesses like asthma are at higher risk of catching the flu virus and should be more cautious.
There are also signs of concern at the Blood Center in Champaign-Urbana. Community Blood Services of Illinois says there is a significant decline in blood donations from the U of I campus this year. UI7's Carl Rosenberg has the story.
Donor Relations Coordinator at the Community Blood Services of Illinois, Amanda Howie, says there is a 25% drop of donations on campus this past year. Howie says she has had a hard time putting her finger on what has been the cause of this, but that's not to say she doesn't have any theories. One theory she has is whether or not the rise of international students has contributed to the decrease.
The U of I has more international students this year now than ever, and I'm wondering if that has an effect on this, because a lot of international students cannot donate blood, or they must be here for a specific amount of time before they're allowed to give in the United States.
Howie doesn't think this is the only reason. Turnouts to blood drives have also been so low, which leads to her next theory about the millennial generation.
It is one of those things that you just kind of do it once or twice or up to 6 times a year, and you do it for 45 minutes and then you're done, but you don't have to put 150% of yourself. So it's not something that's constantly being bombarded to people. So I'm wondering if that has something to do with it.
Not being bombarded with information about blood drives is one reason alumni Carrie Wozniak never donated blood at U of I.
I haven't heard of very many. I mean, normally you get invites for places, but I haven't heard of very many myself.
Whatever the reason may be, Howie says she's going to focus on using social media instead of just flyers to try to spread the word of various blood drives on campus.
600 applications for medical marijuana have been approved in Illinois, almost twice as much as many as last month. Patients will have to be suffering from conditions like cancer in order to be approved. The process to be considered for approval consists of submitting fingerprints for criminal background check and getting their doctor's permission to use a medical marijuana. A little more than 12,000 applications have been submitted.
Illinois lawmakers approved a plan that makes same-day voter registration permanent on Wednesday. The concept was tried out for the November 4th election under legislation that lawmakers approved in the spring. The plan also extended early voting and made it easier to vote on college campuses. The House approved the plan 70-44. The Senate followed with a 40-17 vote. Supporters say voters should have every opportunity to register and cast a ballot through Election Day. Long lines at same-day election registration locations was evidence of its popularity.
Students and staff are preparing for finals on campus. UI7's Mariah Sutton has more.
Finals week is quickly approaching for students at the University of Illinois. As students fill their backpacks, collaborate on group projects, and dedicate hours at a time to hitting the books, university staff are also preparing for the busy finals week. Nick Rudd is the Senior Library Specialist at the Communications Library in Gregg Hall. Rudd says part of their finals week preparation is the Communication Library's extended hours that begin this Sunday.
Our student workers work the evening hours. They work throughout the day too, but and a lot of those students are also in the college, so they have a relationship or at least a familiarity with the students.
Rudd says working in the library, he can tell when the end of the semester is approaching by how many students are in the library at a time and the overall atmosphere. He says his staff is pretty prepared for the rush.
We're pretty on top of it all the time, and having done this a number of times, you can feel it when it starts to happen. You can feel the intensity begin, and so you just go with it. You just go with the flow.
With so many students striving for academic success at the end of the year, it can be hard to decide exactly how to get there. Now, some students prefer the library, while others use a little bit more self-discipline to get their work done. Leanna Faro is a senior and says although the library is nice, she prefers not to go to the library to prepare for her finals.
I can't do any work in the library. I always run into people that I know, or if I go with a study buddy, we end up not studying, and for some reason we just study better at home. Like, I'll have somebody over, I'll go to somebody else's place, and we do much better there.
In Urbana, I'm Mariah Sutton, UI7 News.
University students marched in solidarity following the recent rulings in Ferguson and New York. The issue of equal treatment is at the forefront of many minds. Now, the Office of Inclusion and Intercultural Relations is displaying a sign reading, "All Lives Matter." Students on campus have been encouraged to voice their opinion and educate themselves on the issue. Newly appointed University of Illinois President Timothy Killeen is being asked his opinion on the Salida issue. An open letter was sent to Killeen by 34 academic officers, 14 of them department heads. They asked him to address the damage that has been done to the campus. The authors are concerned about the future of the university's hiring process and stance on free speech. However, they do not ask him to change the decision that was made.
Students have been singing out at the U of I for 50 years. The story behind Dial Carol is coming up next.
And yes, those are reindeer right here in central Illinois. But can they fly? A report still to come.
A week from today, some U of I students at Snyder Hall are going to be continuing a campus holiday tradition that is 5 decades old.
The students at Snyder are doing Dial-A-Carol again this year, the 54th straight year of making the holidays merrier by singing out carols and songs to strangers.
That's right. And with us today to talk about Dial-A-Carol plans this year, Adam Joseph and Trevor Huser from Snyder Hall. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Yeah, great to be here.
So, got some quick questions. This is quite a tradition for 50 years. Is there, well, first of all, what's new with Dial-A-Carol? Like, any new aspects of it?
The programs we put on for the residents every year are a little bit different, so we try to plan things to make it more fun for those who are volunteering. This year we're doing like a pajama night, make breakfast at midnight one night. So
okay, nice, interesting.
That's fun. So how does Dial-A-Carol work? Do you call in and make a request, and then what happens?
Yeah, so you can call our phone number and then go ahead. You will talk to a Snyder resident or another student, depending on who's volunteering, and they'll ask you if you want to hear a carol, which we assume you do, and you say what carol you want to hear, and it gets sung to you.
All right.
Okay, and a quick question. In your opinion, how has a change of technology with like digital music and computers, how has that changed Dial-A-Carol over the years?
I think it's increased people's song base, and so we get requests that sometimes we don't know, and so we have to play it through YouTube or make it up as we go. It's kind of fun.
How is that? Is it like nerve-wracking when that does happen?
Not really. You just kind of be honest with the person that calls and says, "Oh, we don't know that one, but we'll do the best we can," and you just go for it.
Okay. So I was trying to ask you that next time, but so in that situation, you just kind of look it up or wing it, or you kind of say like, "Do you know another song?"
Yeah, I mean, all of the above. We've done everything. We can play it off of YouTube too if we can't sing it. So
like, what kind of weird requests are they, like, in different languages? Because I know you guys are across the country. Like,
yeah.
What are like the weird? Do you know some?
I don't. There's always one that BBC asks us to sing that we can never sing, so we end up singing them "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas," and they always make fun of us. So
that's good.
That's really funny. All right, so live singing on the phone. Do you guys audition, or can just anyone do it?
Just anyone can do it. We get anyone from around Snyder. We've helped to kind of branch out, get some more people interested, because people like to come and sing, and there's no judgment for singing ability.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just kind of like a fun carol making the holidays merrier. Do you get a lot of alumni calling in?
Yeah,
from
we do.
Snyder?
With stories, yeah, it's great.
That's really awesome. All right, well, thanks, Adam and Trevor, and you guys will be back at the end of the show to sing with us, which is exciting, and we'll do Dial-A-Carol singers and staffers this year to call in your request to Dial-A-Carol. You have to wait until next Thursday, reading day, and then you can call 217-332-1882, and you can request a live performance of your selected holiday song or a favorite recording. The line is staffed 24 hours a day until December 17th when finals end.
The Office of Volunteer Programs at the University of Illinois is busy with the holiday giving season in full swing. This year's annual holiday toy drive is happening now until December 15th. It is the 25-year anniversary of the Office of Volunteer Projects, or OVP. With this, their goal is to get 250 toys donated. This year, the OVP is targeting campus RSOs, residence halls, and offices, and other groups. All toys must be unwrapped and brand new. For more information on what to donate or where to find the locations, go to the website on the screen for the Office of Volunteer Programs.
The holiday shopping season is hitting Champaign-Urbana, and campus town businesses on Green Street are preparing.
Oh, it gets pretty crazy before the break goes off. Everybody trying to buy their outfits and stuff. Especially with the holiday season, it should definitely pick up. People trying to buy gifts and stuff. We got a lot of sales and promotions going on right before they take off.
Students in shopping for last-minute gifts, last-minute party attire, Christmas attire. We get a lot of that. Plus, we do a lot of business on social media, so we're busy wrapping those gifts up and shipping them out.
The university will have its first ever winter session during the winter break. Students can choose from one out of 8 courses ranging from severe and hazardous weather to international business. All courses will be offered online beginning December 22nd, which is also the last day to enroll. Financial aid is generally not available for the winter session and would total around $400 for in-state undergraduates.
It's the time of the year when kids are looking forward to Santa visiting them at Christmas, but many of them overlook the animals that make Santa's job possible. It turns out reindeer don't just live in the North Pole. Some reindeer live on Hardy's Reindeer Ranch in Rantoul. The ranch has a dozen reindeer available to feed and pet that provides a fun winter activity. Ranch owner Julie Hardy says that the ranch is fun for all ages.
You know, it's funny because everybody comes out here and they think that it's for a little kids attraction, and I'll get grown adults out there that just giggling. The adults like this more than the kids do, hands down.
But the little kids enjoy the reindeer as well. 3-year-old Stone Stith had a great time this morning with the reindeer.
I like a reindeer.
The ranch's popularity has grown since the release of the Disney movie Frozen. The movie has a reindeer named Sven that Julie Hardy's niece Alexa thinks is similar to one of their own reindeer.
This is Jack Frost. So the movie Frozen's very popular. And so they have a reindeer in the movie who was all goofy, a little clumsy, very adorable. His name's Sven. What I tell people who've seen the movie is that we actually have a Sven. It's Jack Frost, this guy right here. He is goofy, just full of character, and so Disney did really get that right.
Their fun personality is just one aspect of these amazing animals. That click, click, click you hear when they walk are their tendons rubbing together, and their antlers can grow to be over 3 feet wide. Just one set of antlers takes over 3 months to grow, and they grow new ones every year. The ranch is open till December 28th. In Rantoul, I'm Katie Welch. Reindeer are so interesting, and I had never seen a reindeer before. Have you?
Yeah, neither have I. They're actually really beautiful and huge looking.
Yeah, they are very big and quite powerful. I was feeding him, and he was getting a little bit greedy with the oats.
Really?
So he almost knocked me over. But
what is cute though is that little kid. He didn't seem to be too afraid. He was actually pretty adorable.
Oh, he was so excited, and apparently, you know, she said little kids and adults, they're both super excited about the reindeer just because they're such unique animals.
I would go crazy. I need to go see them soon.
Yeah, you definitely need to. So after the break, we'll check on the weather for the upcoming weekend. Well, it was kind of rainy today, but it did snow for a little bit, which was really pretty.
I know, I love it. Let's see if this is going to continue this weekend. UI7's Erica Horvatine is here now with a look at your weather for the weekend.
Well, it's definitely feeling like a wintry day out there. We've had a lot of snowflakes come through, and for the remainder of the night, there is a fog advisory for areas south of I-72. Here's a look at your radar, and you can see that this system is tracking off to the east. It has brought a wintry mix and some snow to central Illinois. However, that will be clearing out, and tonight we may only see a couple of flurries. Here's a bigger look at the U.S., and you can see a better look at this system tracking off to the east, and you can also see this low pressure system over New Mexico and Arizona, which will track to the northeast and bring us our rain for tomorrow. Temperatures right now are looking cooler up here in the northeast. However, as you move south, that Gulf of Mexico is going to bring that warm air to the southern states. And wouldn't you love to be in Miami? A high of 79 right now. Here's your temperatures for the Midwest. And while we're at 32 in Champaign, Louisville down here is at 39. And as those southeast winds bring us our temperatures for the next couple of days, that's the type of temperatures you can expect to see. With that wind chill, it is going to seem a bit cooler, and we're at 23 degrees with wind chill in Champaign, 30 in Springfield, and 33 over here in St. Louis. In central Illinois, our temperatures are mainly ranging from the low 30s to upper 30s. We're at 35 in Mattoon, 37 over here in Springfield, and 36 in Peoria. So tonight what we're expecting is to see a low of 32 degrees with some possible freezing rain and drizzle affecting us throughout the night. Our winds from the east-southeast at 6 to 8 miles per hour. Tomorrow it will be a bit warmer than today, a high of 41. However, we will see rain rolling in at around 9 a.m. and not really leaving until around 2 a.m. tomorrow night. So that may affect some of your plans for the evening tomorrow night. Here's a look at your 5-day forecast, and you can see that these temperatures are looking pretty average for this time of year. Our only chance of rain tomorrow and then again possibly on Saturday night. However, we do expect the weather to clear up, and by Tuesday you will see partly sunny skies. So yeah, tomorrow is going to be kind of a gloomy start to our weekend. I would definitely advise bringing an umbrella out to any of your classes. And then it should clear up after that.
No, I'm probably excited to get a chance to bring out my rain boots, my fashionable rain boots. So thank you so much, Erica.
Yes. And Trish Christakis is here now with a look at the world of sports.
Thanks, Katie. The Illini volleyball are hosting the NCAA tournament tomorrow, and the women's basketball team blew out their opponent last night. Back with that and more in sports right after this break. Tomorrow night, the Illini will stuff Huff Hall with round 1 of the NCAA tournament. It was all smiles at Illinois volleyball head coach Kevin Hamley's house earlier this week as the number 9 Illini host the NCAA tournament first and second rounds. Illinois is relatively unfamiliar with the tournament field, having played only 7 matches against 3 teams headed into Huff Hall tomorrow. Senior opposite hitter Liz McMahon said that after focusing on being healthy throughout the season, there's a few tactics the team has been trying to fix.
And they've got 3 outstanding hitters, all hitting above 220.
We're actually working a lot on the little things, the details, cleaning things up a little bit faster, taking the extra step on things. Because I think we've done a really good job at solidifying the big things, our team defense, our team offense. So now it's just kind of cleaning up that stuff.
The first round starts tomorrow for the Illini at 4:30 against Murray State. They faced Murray State twice before in program history, in which they came out victorious in both. Iowa State will be playing Western Kentucky tomorrow at Huff Hall as well. The Illini are 4-1 all-time against Iowa State, and Western Kentucky comes to Champaign for the opening rounds for the 4th time since 2008. Should Western Kentucky advance to see the Illini in the second round, it would mark the first time ever meeting between the two teams. The Illinois women's basketball team held Virginia scoreless for just under 8 minutes last night and ended up blowing out the Cavaliers 86-63 in the ACC Big Ten Challenge at the State Farm Center. Sophomore forward Jackie Grant led 5 Illini in double figures with 16, and Kylie Simmons and Ivory Crawford each had 15. Grant was very efficient for the Illini, scoring her 16 points on 7 of 9 shooting, grabbing 7 rebounds and 3 assists in just 24 minutes. This 23-point victory marked the Fighting Illini's biggest win in the ACC Big Ten Challenge, improving to 4-4 all-time in the event. The Illini shot a season high of 55% from the field and 64% inside the arc. The Illini now go on a road game for 3 starting this Saturday at Southern Illinois at 2 p.m. Illinois basketball returns to Champaign after losing to Miami in the Coral Gables on Tuesday. The Orange and Blue will face off against the American University Eagles Saturday afternoon. Their game against Miami was supposed to be the team's first true test. A combination of hot shooting by the Canes and cold shooting by the Illini led to a 70-61 loss, dropping the Illini to 6-1. The Hurricanes were led by redshirt freshman DeAndre Burnett, who who poured 19 points and grabbed 8 rebounds. Texas transfer Sheldon McLennan also helped the cause by adding 14 points and 9 rebounds. Illinois senior guard Ravonte Rice had a strong game, finishing with 22 points and 12 rebounds. The Illini only shot about 23% from 3, while Miami took advantage of their opportunities. After the Illini take on American Saturday, they head to New York to take on Villanova at Madison Square Garden. And the Illinois football team clinched bowl eligibility with their 6th win against Northwestern and has a chance to win their 18th bowl in school history. But that may not be the case anymore. ESPN.com came out today and said that they could have Big Ten bowl-eligible teams miss out on postseason. And Illinois is on that list along with Rutgers, Maryland, and Penn State. The word comes out this Sunday on where and if the team will head to a bowl game. They could be in either Dallas, Texas at the Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl or headed up to North in Detroit, Michigan to compete a quick lane bowl. They're coming off a huge win last Saturday against Northwestern University. Mason Monheim with a pick 6 in the 4th to extend their lead to 46-25 before Northwestern came back, scored with the finishing, and then a 46-33 Illinois victory. The Illini stayed true to their 6-win goal and now have the possibility to head to their first bowl game since 2011, which means head coach Tim Beckman will be back for another season. So, Katie, if they do have a bowl game, are you planning on going to Dallas or Detroit?
You know, if I go, I would definitely prefer Dallas and have some sort of chance for warm weather because I am just about done with this cold and it's just started.
I completely agree with you there.
Right.
A new movie about comic book villains means a new actor as a Joker. That's part of tonight's Hollywood Minute.
Here come the bad guys. Jared Leto has been tapped to take over the iconic role of the Joker in a new film all about supervillains. Suicide Squad is based on a DC comic and features a group of villains banding together on a mission for the U.S. government. The all-star cast includes Will Smith, Tom Hardy, and Australian actress Margot Robbie. Suicide Squad begins filming next April. Get ready to ring in the new year with Idina Menzel and Florida Georgia Line. Organizers of New Year's Rockin' Eve announced the newest acts to join the lineup. They'll join previously announced stars Taylor Swift, One Direction, and Meghan Trainor. The special, hosted by Ryan Seacrest, begins at 8 p.m. on ABC. HBO is teaming up again with Boardwalk Empire producer Martin Scorsese. The cable network has picked up Scorsese's new drama set in the 1970s. The show explores the decadent world of the music industry just as punk and disco arrive on the scene. It will star Olivia Wilde and Ray Romano. No word on the premiere date. For Hollywood Minute, I'm Martha Shade.
All right, so literally, I am pretty excited about a new Joker. I'm not
Really?
gonna lie.
Yeah, I know. It is so sad. I mean, Heath Ledger did an amazing job. It should be interesting. I mean, Jared Leto's been in some really good stuff, and he's a great actor, so I think he'll bring something
I know,
good
I'm pretty
to it.
excited. I'm definitely going to see it now.
All right. So that's it for today's edition of U of I News.
In fact, that's it for the rest of the semester. Thank you from U of I's Thursday class.
Yeah. We want to thank our directors and teaching assistants Jess Cook and Haley Jones, Richmond Supervisor Ken Eardy, our Professor John Paul, and everyone else who has helped support us throughout the semester. You know, it really has been a great semester working with you guys.
It has. It's been so fun.
It's been definitely a great experience.
But all right, singers, you can come in.
Yeah, now we're going to invite our Dial a Carol people back. So we can.
We're gonna end it on a really holiday.
We're gonna end it on singing you out.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. All right. Have a great night. Have some good finals. Happy holidays.
And good night.